Hi, Steve Cooper, Rank Success, and this is a short video in relation to continuous professional development or continuous personal development. The two go hand in hand, side by side, like a horse and carriage, really. Why am I doing a short video on CPD? Well, if you've been following my blog, if you've been following my podcasts, or if you're new here, I can let you know that CPD will be moving more to the fore, if you like, of promotion selection processes. And one of the persistent, consistent themes that I find when I do promotion masterclasses, when I work one-to-one with individuals, or when I simply just have conversations with people and say, well, look, tell me about your CPD plan. And they say, pardon? Sorry, Steve, CPD plan? Oh, yeah, I've got one. Yeah, I've got, okay. Could you just show me what that involves, what it entails? Because you describe what it looks like. Well, it's just some bullet points in my head, Steve. It's a conversation I've had with my supervisor, and I've got a few lines written down. Well, that's great. That's great. That's a great start. And the reason I'm trying to get you to wake up and smell the coffee with this, if you're a promotion candidate, is that CPD and PDR, so personal development reviews, will be completely locked in to the new process, the new sergeants and inspectors promotion and progression process, so SIP. I've done a couple of videos on that, so scroll down, have a look at those. I've also done a very big blog on it and a podcast. So hop on over to policepromotion.blog and have a look at that, or to the Rank Success podcast, however you choose to listen to your podcasts on. You can ask Alexa to play it, Rank Success podcast, or Apple, Spotify, Google, however you like. I've done some blogs on that and published some thoughts on that, if you like. So just coming back to CPD and the importance of it, one of the other blogs I've written is called The Killer Question. What's the killer question on a promotion board or a promotion selection process? And it's this: what have you done to develop yourself or anybody else in the last 12 months? And it's such a killer question, because it's killed, metaphorically, it's killed so many promotion candidates along the way. Because if you cannot respond meaningfully to that on the front foot, you're verbally proactive in your own interests, talking about this issue like you know something about it, then what it tells the board is perhaps you're not taking your own CPD seriously, but it tells them something far more important than that. It tells them that you're not aware of your responsibilities to develop other people. So that question, what have you done to develop yourself or anybody else in the last 12 months, encapsulates a hell of a lot for people who are alert, who have done some work, done some research into that, understand the importance of it. They've clocked it, it's gone in here, they've absorbed it. And if you still don't know what I'm talking about, well, I'm going to go through some issues now around how you can get match fit with your CPD. And I've also, if you're busy, I appreciate you're busy, you're probably in between shifts or on your way home, or you've got other things to do at the moment, other priorities, and I get it. Anytime you're ready to hit the ground running with promotion selection and effective promotion preparation, you can go to ranksuccess.co.uk and download a digital bespoke toolkit for sergeant, if you're going from constable to sergeant, or if you're going from sergeant to inspector, but that toolkit's the inspector and chief inspector toolkit, so kind of 2-for-1 deal. And that everything you need to know around this and lots more. So just to come back to the CPD issue then, continuous professional development, does what it says on the can, continuous through your career, professional, I would also include personal in that, because you learn and grow and develop personally as well as professionally if you have a learning plan. And development. Well, development, we all develop in different ways, we all learn in different ways, and CPD encapsulates all of that. Again, I've written a blog about it called The Killer Question, and it goes on quite a bit of a journey through CPD, and as a read through to support your thinking and to challenge it, to inform you, to respectfully provoke your thinking. I highly recommend and encourage you go and have a look at that blog, and then bring it back to the context of you now aspiring to go through a promotion selection process, whatever it looks like, whether it looks like the next step of the National Police Promotion Framework, which is still in play at the moment, or you're looking to get ahead of the curve with the new process when it comes in, the sergeants and inspectors promotion and progression process, then CPD and PDRs will be a heavy part of that, certainly up front. And so when we come back to this issue around CPD and having something tangible, so not something that is just up here or is just, good intentions, shall we say. It's very much about getting match fit, getting with it right now, and having something that's tangible in terms of a CPD plan. Now, there's lots of templates that you can do, that you can find, and use. And your own force may have your own templates. You may not be aware of those, they may not have designed them yet, but lots of forces have them within PDR portfolios. You may get a new CPD template or plan in the new process that's coming in, but there's nothing to stop you, and you'll see templates in the blog that I've just alluded to on my blog. But often it's just very simple about what you want to achieve, by when, how you're going to do it, what resources you need. So you've got some active plans, something you're working towards, something tangible that you can have a chat with your supervisor about, let your line managers know, and if it involves promotion, then it's important they're aware of that. They'll certainly be involved in supporting you along the way. So what can you do to get yourself match fit and ready quite quickly in terms of supporting your aspirations for promotion? Well, there's a few points that you can kind of get to start with. A good starting point is doing a gap assessment on yourself. So what I mean by gap assessment is compare where you are now against where you want to be ultimately. So if you're a constable and you've got a certain skill set and you want to be a sergeant, what needs to happen for that to take place? What skills do you need to start developing? That may be acting, it may be temporary, it may be working on a change project, it may be working on a specific operation, it may be working on a learning and development or a technical project. What is it that will help you get from where you are to where you ultimately want to be? So what's the gaps there that you need to fill? And only you can do that, really. Only you can sit down and do that. And sometimes just a cup of coffee in your hand and a piece of A4 paper and a pencil, and you scratch out some thoughts. The second step really is to identify your goals. Identify your specific career goals. What do you want to achieve in the next period of time? What steps are needed to achieve them? So if you say, well, I want to be a dog handler, or I want to be an SIO, or I want to go on firearms, I want to get a place on the firearms team, or I want to develop as a public order commander, what are the steps that are needed to reach those? You work out where you are now, where that is, and working backwards from there, what are the steps looking like to get there? The third step is to gather information about it. So where can you get as much information as possible to support your decision making, your choices, your actions, and to help you decide whether you want to develop laterally or vertically or both. So again, try and gather as much information. You can find it's all over the place. It's in job descriptions, it's in adverts, it's by speaking to people already in those roles, and come back with a load of information to help you choose what it is you want to do, when you want to do it, and how you want to do it. But you've got the information to support that. The next stage is to evaluate your professional skills. What are they? What professional skills do you have? What skills will you need to acquire or improve? What gaps are there? So having a look at what specific skills there are. So if you want to develop onto CID, do you need to pass the National Investigators exam? Do you need to have got some work under your belt on a PPU unit? What are the gaps that you have, that you recognise yourself because you've spent a bit of time to think about it? Sit down with your supervisor, ask them for some support as well, because they'll be able to signpost and direct you, and hopefully they know a little bit through working with you around where your gaps are. And then stage 5 or step 5, decide on a strategy. So what's the big plan to get there? What's your plan to get there? And who can help? So in the context of this, and I'm talking to people in the context of promotion support and helping people get from where they want to be, I can help. There's lots of free information I put out. There's these YouTube videos. There are free podcasts. There are free blogs on policepromotion.blog. all things promotion. So you'll find lots of things, lots of insights, lots of hopefully some light bulb moments, some aha moments on there, and some supportive material that didn't exist when I was a young cop, and it's completely free. So it's there for you to go and have a look at and help shape what I'm talking about now, which is helping you get match fit for the future, whatever the new processes look like, but also the current processes. So decide on that strategy. What's your big plan to get there, and who can help? Find the people who can help. There's always people who will help. Just be very conscious when you do go and ask them for help. Sometimes you're asking them for a lot of time. So try and mitigate the risk of that by saying, well, look, I've done this, I've done that, I'm currently working on this, could you help me out with this? And people will generally, I find anyway, and particularly if they can see that you've done things yourself, they will give you some time, and they will make themselves available as mentors and for support. And that goes across all the ranks. Number 6, the next stage, develop a timeline. Okay, once you've got all that in place, starting from today, what's the timeline? What pressure are you going to put on yourself, to get there, to realize your dreams, your hopes, your aspirations, your goals. In terms of your professional development, what does the timeline look like to get to where you want to be? So is it a year? Is it 3 years? Is it 5 years? All of those are okay, and they're all sequential to get you there. Some of your aspirations may take you that long to get there. And certainly for promotion, from a couple of years in, 2, 3, 4 years is a good aim if you're young in service, to try and reach that point, and then working backwards from there, looking at all the areas you can do to develop and to get yourself into the right place to be considered for promotion and to be match fit for the process. So what does your development journey look like? Try and picture that. Try and get a kind of picture down of what that looks like. Whether you use mind maps, whether you use speech bubbles, thinking bubbles, however you choose to lay it out, sketch notes, lay out what does the journey look like. And here's the clue: write all of those points down, and there you go, you've got a little CPD plan. You've at least got some meaningful things to help shape and support and encourage your thinking. And as I say, there's lots of other resources available that I make available to individuals, lots of it for free, but you can also hit the ground running straight away with downloading a digital bespoke toolkit for the rank you're going for. Okay, I hope that has been helpful, and I'll be back with another short video in due course, and until then, take care and stay safe.